So this week is a pretty big week because this week we're releasing the first of our API integrations for pro and agency users. So these API integrations are doing more than just making it easier to connect forms to a page. They're actually adding some big new things you can do with Convertri. And the first thing is you can now have multiple forms on a single page that all submit to your list. So pages like this one with one form at the top and one at the bottom, that is now something you can do when you're connecting your autoresponder via API. The other thing you can do is submit to multiple places at once. So if you want to put your lead on an autoresponder list and register them for your webinar at the same time, you can do that, and it's really simple. So let me show you how it works. The first thing you'll notice is that the form dialog has changed. When we click the Configure Form button, you've now got a list of APIs we integrate with over here. If the service you want to use isn't on the list, you can still use the HTML forms option down here. It'll work just like before. So the APIs we've got in this first release are MailChimp and GoToWebinar, and more's going to be coming pretty soon. But for now, to connect to your form, just choose your autoresponder from the options over here, then choose your list, and Convertri will automatically load in the available fields. All you have to do then is choose the type for each one. Depending on the service, some of these will be fixed. For instance, in MailChimp you can't change the type of the email field. Now what this is doing is telling Convertri how you're going to label that form field on your page. So if you select first name here, Convertri will match this field in the autoresponder to the form element you've matched as first name here. Now I realise this might seem like a bit of a pointless extra step, but it's going to make multiple submissions a lot easier, and I'll be showing you how to do that in just a minute. But first, what do you do if you're collecting custom information in your autoresponder? As you can see, we've got lots of options for field types, but what do you do if none of them match? This is actually really easy to sort, and I'll show you how to do it. So in our form here, we've added a custom field for favourite colour. Now that's not on our list of types, so what do? All you do is use a type you've not used anywhere else. Absolutely any one you want. So on this one, let's just stick city in here and then hit done. Now on our Convertri page, we also want to connect the field where we're asking for favourite colour to the city field type. And then, that's all you need to do, because city is here, and city is here, Convertri will submit anything entered in that form input to the favourite colour field in your MailChimp list. We're going to be adding in custom field types to make all this a bit more obvious, but for now you can just use any field type, and as long as you use the same ones, it'll all work fine. You can also set up thank you pages for API connected lists really easily. Just click on the redirect option here and add your thank you page URL into the box. Hit done, and then that's where all your signups will be sent. Absolutely nothing more to it. And finally, how do you sign people up to a webinar and an autoresponder at once? The good news is there is no complicated integration here, it's all done behind the scenes. You'll see this form here in Convertri is already connected to a MailChimp list, so all we need to do is connect it to a GoToWebinar webinar as well. So we just go into the GoToWebinar section here, and then choose your webinar from the list. Now you'll see here that a lot more fields in GoToWebinar are fixed. Which ones are fixed, it just depends on the service you're trying to connect to. So first name, last name and email, they're all automatically connected. So with this you can just click done. And this is why you're selecting types for fields. When you've connected a MailChimp field to a first name type, and a GTW field to a first name type, it means any form element you also connect to the first name type in the Convertri editor will submit to the connected fields in both of these services. And now when we click done, anyone who signs up to this list will automatically be added both to your MailChimp list and registered to your webinar. And so that's how our first API integrations work. And now this is currently a beta feature. There will be more services coming, particularly we want to get more autoresponders added over the next few weeks, and also because this is beta, there are a couple of bugs we know about that will be getting fixed with next Tuesday's release. That is, form validation for API forms currently doesn't work, and we're also not tracking conversion stats on them at the moment. Like I said, we can guarantee both those bugs are going away with our next update, and HTML forms will still work fine for both those things in the meantime. If you find anything else, or just have any comments about the service, let us know at support@convertri.com, or come talk to us in the Facebook group if you prefer. We are always keen to make this stuff work better. So thanks for watching. I'm Neil from Convertri, and we'll be back next week.